Whoa, we just got a raid. Sorry about that, guys. We were just setting up over there. Thank you very much, Count Gooby. All right, guys, we are just, as much as we have some speedrunners here, we're trying to speed run, production and stuff in the back. So I won't hold you much longer. Please get your donos in. Get ready. We have got a fantastic run coming up. Metroid Dread, any percent, no major glitches by itsbeeve. And it'll just be in a moment. So get all your stuff ready, and then, sit down, be quiet, but not in chat, and pop off. We'll be back.
Miss.
All right, guys, I hope you're ready to have a dreadfully great time. We've got Metroid Dread, run by itsbeeve. Take it away.
Hey, y'all. My name is itsbeeve. I'm going to be showcasing Metroid Dread, any percent, no major glitches. This is basically just any percent, no crazy glitches happening, so no axis skew, no... I don't even know if they have invincibility anymore in the unrestricted route. No cam lock, etc. So there's a lot of crazy game-breaking glitches that happen in unrestricted, but no major glitches. It's a little bit easier tricks to pull off, but they're still pretty exciting and a lot of back and forth. Anyways, we'll get there when we get there. I'm going to be showcasing you that for you today. And with me in the commentary booth, I have Rain. How's it going, Rain?
Yo, what's up? So, NMG, just to expand a bit more, it's just we're not going through any collisions in unrestricted. There's a lot of that. we're not doing any of it. We're just staying in bounds. We're shoving our arms into collision here or there, but that's basically the the criteria.
Yep, basically that. So timer starts on file select. So whenever I start the file, we can start the timer. So if you guys are ready, we can get right into it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So getting into it, Metroid Dread. We play on rookie mode mostly. It's the easiest difficulty because not only are the enemies a lot easier to kill and they don't like cause more damage to you, but you actually start with more missiles. So it's a little more like generous with that. There are different categories you can do. You could do normal difficulty, you could do the hard difficulty, and then the dread difficulty, but most speedrunners go with rookie mode. That was a bit of a change when the game released rookie mode. I think that was added afterwards.
Yeah, it was added with boss rush. For a long time, we did early Corpius, the doggo in Dread with just 15 missiles. With rookie, we get 30, which makes it so much easier.
Yep. All right, so we're mostly going to be skipping a lot of these cutscenes here. This is Adam tries to talk to you and says a bunch of crap, but you just bypass him as fast as possible. So you just mash the A button and get by him real quick. There's going to be a trick later where we can actually skip his dialogue, but we'll get there when we get there.
Hopefully we don't see Adam as much as we're hoping.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so right there is a melee mechanic that was implemented in the newer Metroid games. It's really useful. It's like a quick time mechanic. You want to explain what I'm doing here, Rain?
Yeah, so just a bit is we're basically shoving our arm into collision, and for some reason we're able to just shoot through the wall in a very specific angle, more right than up. We can actually hit this blob. On the fourth one, if we're underneath that rock, we're gonna die, unless you're very lucky. It's the same premise here, a lot more strict, and a lot weirder angle. But this only takes 2 shots and gets us basically gets us early routing. It saves quite a bit of time, and also gives us access to a more difficult route. Also, we don't see Emmy until we basically kill it.
Yeah, we skip the beginning Emmy. It's like a tutorial part of the run. Or not run, but part of like the game, but we can skip that whole thing. It's not required to do it, essentially. So here's Corpius.
We don't have charge beam here, which does like 75 damage to the 100 missile. Since we have 30, we don't really have to worry about missiles that much. Sorta. We have to worry about it a little bit. The only way to get missiles is to basically force them to attack us like this and slide underneath.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty bad luck here. Or not even luck, but just like...
You're someone to melee it. So here's a very bad attack, but very easy to like avoid, but it can kill you. We're supposed to have a spiral magnet at this time also.
Yep. So you just had like literally 2 more shots to take care of. I just missed too many shots because you're basically just aiming at something invisible. Like his hitbox moves all over the place, so you kind of just have to guess where he is. But it was like quite an unfortunate battle, but we got through it. So it was okay. So what we got there was the Phantom Cloak. So it turns Samus invisible, and you can just like go through different areas like that. That the game basically requires you to have it in those parts. And then we can also use the Phantom Cloak to like hide from enemies, because enemies are pretty dangerous. You don't want to get caught by those, or else you're basically like dead. It's like a 1-shot kill. You have 2 attempts to parry it, but it's pretty risky to even get caught by one in the first place.
Yeah, it's basically if you miss the first parry, odds are you're gonna die. You're gonna die because it's basically unreactable.
Yeah, it's like how many frames? Like 2 frame, 1 frame after?
No, it's like so the first parry is barely reactable. I think it was like 16 to 18 frames, and if you're anywhere versed in fighting game terminology, that's barely reactable. And then the second one is like 12 frames, which is you're pressing it basically at the same time. Otherwise, you just miss.
Yep. So not pretty lenient at all.
So I remember playing this game. Is it just like the same timing every time though, or does she like mix it up?
No, it's
there's
different.
Like
Gotcha.
3 variations. Fairly easy to like figure out. There's like 3 variations. Basically, you wait for it to stop, and then you guess.
Yep. It's basically a guess. Just gotta get lucky.
I think my best was like 13 in a row.
13? That's insane, actually.
It is actually okay. So in glitchless, you do get chased by the white enemy at the first pass. It is actually 2 to 3 seconds faster to parry it. It is very risky, but it is
really?
faster.
I mean, it's right in the beginning of the run, so.
Yeah, this is water platform skip. Basically, we do a tricky like slope manipulation to skip filling up the water platform that's to our left. Usually an Emmy is chasing here, but since we skipped the Emmy introduction, we don't really see it. That's kind of just it. We do use this at other points. Is what we basically call slope boost, but in a different direction. And right here we get charge beam for the first time.
Yep.
One notable thing about charge beam is there is a weird mechanic that is intentional called quick charging, where you can like spin jump or turn around, or I think potentially slide, and flash lift. You basically get to charge the beam and shoot it in like half the time.
It's cool. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, it's very useful for just damage in general, and it also enables 1 cycle SQ core quick kill. Usually 2 is like the standard. Worst is 3. 1 requires you to basically frame perfect it with a barrage of missiles and charge beam and screw attack.
Gotcha. So there's a lot of different routes you can take in this game. So this one is kind of a little bit beginner friendly. It's not too bad to get into, but there is a lot of crazy skips in No Major Glitches that has you save like a ton of time. But some of the tricks you would have to do are like pretty tedious. But this route's like pretty beginner friendly.
Yeah, right now Beeve is doing like I believe it's the hardest version. It's kind of hard to recall. There's like the glitchless version where you see the white enemy, and then there's a different version where we do the early corp pseudo, and then we go left instead of right to early Corpius, and then the hardest is you go deal with Corpius first, and then it skips a lot more stuff.
Yeah, the beginning Corpius actually saves like a ton of time, but I'm talking about like later on in the run where we get like grapple late, etc.
Oh, like the short boost route? Yeah. It's significantly faster, also significantly more painful.
Yeah, the short boost is a really hard strat that I'm not going to do in this run because it's pretty hard to do. Oops, I saved by accident.
Reference. Oh my god. Just for reference, the short boost itself trick is fairly lenient. The trick to get early screw is like triple frame perfect at vastly different timings and a very strict window.
Wait. Hey.
We're going to kill the white enemy right now, I think.
Wait.
You're going right and then down.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right.
No, right.
Yeah, that's where I'm going, right.
Yeah, to the enemy zone.
Yep, down here.
All right, to the item room.
You can get lost sometimes in this.
Oh yeah, a lot of these rooms, especially starting out, they all look gray, and they all look the same.
Yeah.
So since we skipped seeing the Emmy in this room, we can't really shoot the block because those pipes are in the way. So, well, we can, but we had to use a really finicky pseudo. But this is faster by doing this very tricky slope boost tech.
Yeah, that's a very hard like tight window there.
Nice. And then we go out the door to pack in the trigger the tutorial on me. I forgot to shoot the blob, because when this happens, it gets super laggy even though I shoot the blob for seemingly no reason.
Was that why it caused that lag? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so,
I just eat the lag.
The blob. It doesn't actually save time. It potentially soft locks you later for like hundo.
Oh really?
But barely.
Gotcha.
For a long time, we thought doing this and then failing, you just soft block, but you just shoot the block before the door opens.
Gotcha. All right, so what I have here is called Omega Cannon. So it's like a big like upgrade that Samus gets only for these Emmy sections. And after you destroy the Emmy, the Omega Cannon goes away.
Yeah, this looks good. A little scary.
Yeah, it gets a little tight sometimes when you try to take out these enemies, but like everything's pretty much the same every time you run the game. As long as you don't like miss too many shots, it's pretty lenient.
There's one specific thing about the white enemy though, because we skipped a tutorial thing until now. For some reason, moves like at double the speed during the tutorial chase. So if Thieves missed and like try to go like around or like try to jump over it, it just like flips over in like a second and it just whack you. That only happens on the first checkpoint. So if you die, like everything's back to normal.
Huh. I didn't know that either. There's a lot of things I don't really know about this game. I just like know this route and that's basically it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that piled up while you're playing other games. We also did find hyper missiles. It's just not as amazing as we were expecting.
Yeah, when this game first came out, there was like a lot of discussions on like how glitches are found, what glitches to use, how to use the glitches, and the route changed so many times in the beginning of this game's inception. I remember when we had to fight the experiment guy, like that huge boss where he has like the wind that shoots at you, but we skip him in this run, unfortunately. But he's probably one of my favorite bosses in this whole run, or in this whole game. We skip a few bosses in this game, actually, or in this route, so we'll get there when we get there. So there's several different areas in Metroid Dread. We have to revisit them like bunch of times because Metroid games, there's a lot of backtracking. So we have to go to this place called Cataris. We're gonna be here for a bit. I think 12 minutes or so we're gonna be here. Pretty long part of the run.
Yeah, for fun fact about Cataris, so apparently so if you look at the lava switches that you put your arm in, it looks like a cat. So apparently one of the developers had a cat named Eris, and that's why is Cataris.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Yeah, I like that.
That's a cool fact.
Yeah.
That's what I heard from like several people. I'm not entirely sure it was true, but as far as I'm aware, it might as well be canon.
It sounds legit.
Yeah, you convinced me.
Even if it's not, it'll stay canon. So hopefully this is the last time we see Adam.
Hopefully, we'll see. No promises on Adam Skip. It's a very hard trick that gives a lot of beginners trouble, such as myself. Yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll explain it more when we get close to it. But right now we're just opening switches and getting to We're just opening lava switch. I don't remember specifically where we're going after this.
Oh, really? We just go through Catarus kind of normally. Nothing too crazy about it.
I think Adam Skip's the only notable one. Oh, that and Hell Pseudo, but I don't think you're gonna be doing Hell Pseudo.
No. There is like a little trick or skip you can do here coming up, but I take the safer route where you go in like the heated room above. We're about to do that part in a second. But I always take the lower path, like right here. You can go above, it saves probably a few seconds, but I like to go underneath, a lot safer.
I believe it saves 3 at the cost of 40.
Yep. All right, so here's another Emmy. It's the green Emmy. I would say the green Emmy is probably the worst one out of all of them.
I don't know. I heard several different.
Okay, I got that parry. That was good.
All right, I'm delayed. But yeah, a lot of people think of like it's basically preference on which one you hate the most. The green Emmy and in that room specifically has like 6 different spawns. Beeve got the second to worst one. There is a worse one where it just sits in front of the door and you actually can't avoid it.
There's nothing you can do.
That one, yeah. If Beeve was fast enough, he could actually like jumped over it with a spin jump. But I was a little bit too late at timing.
That was a good
yeah.
pattern.
There's one where it just stands in there.
Yep. That one, literally the green Emmy was just nowhere to be found. So that was probably the best one to get. There's part where he could be like over the door as well. But that was a good pattern. So I got lucky there at least.
All right. I just want to quickly shout out Visuals. Just rated us. So welcome everybody to SDAT 2023. We're raising money for Save the Children. And this is Metroid Dread.
Welcome Raiders.
So here we're about to go open up another lava switch. We're just opening up Catarus as much as possible. There is a little trick that we can do with the camera that opens up a lava switch earlier by just looking up. Hopefully it's no. Okay.
Nope, don't know that trick. I don't know what that is.
All you do is look up here and it opens a thermal door up top.
Oh, really?
It saves like half a second. But here, we're about to do Adam Skip. It's a little scary to explain because it's technically penta frame perfect.
Oh my god. I got it first try.
Awesome. I actually haven't seen it. Nice. Okay. So
that's a relief.
As easier, yeah, as easy as it looks, it's technically penta frame perfect. But most of it we can actually time. We can actually buffer, except the melee. And some people take like upwards of 10 hours just to get once.
Yeah,
so,
that is not easy. Like I literally earlier today I spent over an hour just to get it once and I didn't get it once, and now I just got it first try. It's such a I don't want to say it's a dumb trick, but it's kind of dumb.
No, it's a dumb trick. This is silly. We almost banned it, but it's in the same because it's in the same premise as Lakitu skip. It's literally just jumping over a trigger. Like there's nothing special about it. We're literally just jumping over an Adam trigger, because to the left of where Adam is actually where the Adam skip room is actually where the Adam is, and since we don't go there, the rest of the Adams in the game no longer activate. That's all it is.
Yep.
We just bypass a trigger.
Yeah, and we also skip like part of Catarus as well that we don't have to do, which saves a bit of time as well.
Yeah, it's for some for NMG it saves 2 minutes plus. For some other categories it saves even more. Just getting a first try saves like over a minute. So luckily the hardest part is out. It's done. So now we're just leaving Catarus.
Yeah, I would say that's probably one of the hardest parts of the run.
Did you practice your space pseudos?
Did I practice my what?
Your space pseudos. Do you do space pseudo?
Space pseudos. I just know pseudo waves.
No, wait. what route are you doing for space jump? Or are you going to Frozen Ataria, or are you doing?
I'm getting space jump before screw attack. And
Okay, we'll see what method you do.
Yeah,
if you're
this
space
is-
pseudo or the glitchless early space.
yeah, there's probably like another route that I could probably do within like this kind of like this sort of like the tricks I'm using, but I haven't changed this route in like a year. I've done this route for a year basically, never changed it.
Oh, it'll be a surprise for me.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go a separate way, and you're gonna be like, "Where are you going?"
Yeah, but we're going to Dairon right now. It's basically the powered reactor sector for the entire planet, and we're basically just going there to just turn on a generator and coming back. I'm not entirely sure why. Besides that, oh, and get wide beam.
Yep. Yeah, we got wide beam here. That's like the main reason, so we can take out the green Emmy, because the door for us to beat green Emmy is locked behind a wave beam door. So be able to do that until we get wide beam. Don't let wave beam. It's wide beam.
We have attempted to open it with Axis Skew, because Axis Skew lets us shoot like really like slow bullets. We attempted to bombard that door, but sadly it's hard coded to wide beam.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when Axis Key was found, it was like a big deal.
It was funny though, just having like 20 shots just slowly moving out of the door.
Yep. Yeah, those shots are really funny. What Axis Skew is basically it's Samus like turns 90 degrees and just faces towards the camera, and she's just running at the camera. And you can build up speed boost that way, and you can do like a whole plethora of different other stuff. I don't really know the huge specifics on Axis Skew. I just know it's like a busted trick.
Yeah, the specifics is Samus gets confused and starts facing in different directions. It's not necessarily in directly to the screen. It could be backwards, and it could be all 360 degrees, but we can't really check besides with like the shooting. But yeah, that's how we get in place speed boost. But we're not gonna see any of that here.
Yeah, no, there's no major glitches, so we're not seeing any Axis Skews here.
Oh, I missed the D boost. I forgot how to get that.
Yeah, that D boost is really cool. There's a little bit of damage boost you can do in this game. It's not as crazy as Super Metroid with damage boosts, but they're really cool looking in this game when you pull it off. But they're pretty precise.
Speaking of precise, these wide beam blocks are horrible.
Yeah, you have to literally stand still to hit them.
Yeah, like I've actually stood still and still missed.
I usually have trouble with this next upcoming one in Cataris, where I hit it and then it just is like, nope, hit it again.
These things are stupid.
Yep.
Like, gotta be dead on.
I just want to quickly interject here. We got a $10 donation from Beeve Lever saying, I beeve in itsbeeve. Thank you very much.
Thank you to the Beeve Lever who believes, or Beeve leaves in Beeve. Thank you.
Right, I had to say it slow. It's not easy.
I'm starting to become a tongue twister.
Oh yeah. I feel like every time I'm in SDAT, everyone has to make that joke. They Beeve leave. Single time. All right, so we're back in Cataris. We're gonna clean it up here and do take out green Emmy. And you're probably wondering to yourself, hey, this is a Metroid game. Where the heck is Morph Ball? Oh, we're getting it right now. Kind of cool in this game that you get Morph Ball kind of late. I just thought it was kind of
I'm not sure why it's so late. I'm not sure why it's tied behind an Emmy, but you know, here we are.
Yeah.
So lore-wise, apparently the Emmys are impenetrable. I'm not sure why the main thing to kill it is from the brain that controls it, but you know, here we are.
Right. There's no explanation why those things exist and why Emmys are tied to them. We just kind of have to accept it in these kinds of games. Plus, it kind of reminds me of Mother Brain. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why we get to like this game is like Dark Souls in terms of lore, except without all the description.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense.
That's
kind of how Metroid games are, anyways. They don't really tell you what's going on. You kind of just traverse and then figure it out on your own. Like, we don't know why Samus is able to absorb the enemies here. We don't know why it just disintegrates and you just absorb its power. You just kind of have to accept it.
Wait, they never explained that?
I mean, they
No,
sort of
not really.
do, but like for the enemies, they like kind of don't.
Yeah, she just kind of downloads them, like just touches them, and like, okay, I got the power now.
Boom. Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure why.
Yep.
Usually she gets it from like a machine, but here she just touches them.
Yeah,
Absorbs them. Okay, that's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
we do like I don't like spoil alert. Like after like towards the end of the game, you are absorbing like actual creatures. It's kind of reminiscent of a Metroid. So maybe that is it, but like the enemies
Yeah,
are
but that's like living creatures, and like the X, there's like a very specific for it. Like they're machines. There's no rhyme or reason that we can absorb a machine. But
Yep.
yeah,
doesn't make sense.
Metroid's Metroid.
Yep.
All right, so now we're headed back to Ataria,
Yep.
to get Various.
Yep. Going
Again,
to
I'm not-
Artaria to get a Varia suit, and that's literally the only reason we come back here.
And the placement for the Various suit also very confusing. It's like in a section that's prone to explosions.
Yeah, doesn't make sense. I mean, the planet's kind of falling apart. I mean, we know, like, the Chozo were here, and they kind of inhabited this place, but now they were kind of taken over by, like, the X and other, what are they called? The Tahoe tribe or something?
Yeah, there's like the Makin and the Thoha.
Yeah.
The Thoha are basically like the peace, like the librarians essentially. The Makin are the warriors.
That's what I was thinking. The Makin took over the place, essentially.
Yeah, we'll see Birdie Boy later, and we'll explain how important he is to Samus. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So those are two tribes. There are basically only two people left because everyone else died.
Yeah.
So this planet is basically on the brink of just exploding.
Yep. And so this part of Dread is kind of scripted. Like, the whole place is kind of falling apart, but I already know where to go because everything's supposed to be where it is every time. Turn around here, shoot this block, this thing falls, morph into here. It's all scripted.
Yeah, you can actually lose a lot of time here.
Yeah, easily.
Like those two blocks you just shot out, I've spent like 20 seconds here because those blocks are stupid.
Alright, so there's Varia suit. Now we can enter like heat rooms, but we can't enter cold rooms yet until we get gravity suit. So we're just gonna make our way back to Dairon and go and grab, I think we gotta grab something else before we take out the yellow Emmy that has a speed booster.
Oh, we have to do a lot before you yell at me.
Yeah, I think we gotta get a flash shift and grapple beam. We got a few things to go for.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. But we will be going to our second boss right now.
Yep. A familiar
with Varia, yeah, with Varia, as with every Metroid, we no longer really care for heat.
Yep.
Supposed to be freeze, cold also. There's not many. Actually, I don't think there's any cold zones. There's freeze zones and lava zones, which we still can't go into without gravity. But Varia just has a damage reduction and heat resistance.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. Also, the coolest suit in this game for me.
Yeah, I would say gravity is probably the coolest. Varia looks cool too. I think all the suits look cool in this game.
Not the power suit. I hate the power suit. Stupid. Oh, you don't know about the fall blocks on the left? You just go left to the teleporter. Just a bunch of fall blocks there.
Oh, I did not know that.
These are.
Alright. Like I said, we're making our way over to this boss here. This is all basically what you have to get to the big guy here. And this guy has a lot of like random patterns. Hoping to get like a good one here. But
It's got two attacks. It's the claw and the spit. We want kind of nothing but claws, because the spit is really hard to aim at the mouth. There are like very specific optimizations we can do here, like single wall jumps, which are very tricky to do.
Yeah.
But you just shoot the stomach. There is also a quick kill you can do here, but it requires bomb, and that requires a seeker's break, and that takes like almost 2 minutes to go get.
yeah, we don't have bombs yet, so we can't do the quick kill.
There's also a super secret one where if you get flash shift, you can actually like flash shift to the mouth and just start the cinematic without bombs. But that's like 4 minutes away. Yeah, that's like 4 minutes away though. We do it at MS%, which is really cool.
Didn't know that. Alright, so that was actually a good fight. It was a good crate kill. And then we got here diffusion beam. So essentially we can, kind of hard to explain what diffusion does, but you can kind of hit things that are like kind of adjacent to other walls. So you can't really hit this unless you have fusion.
Yeah, it's basically like little like fireworks around your initial 3 beams. The pattern is essentially random between like 5 different patterns, or it might be fully RNG, but it's just extra fireworks. That does come into play later.
Yeah.
No, actually, no.
I mean, there's a
No,
setup
it
for
actually
it,
doesn't.
but it's still kind of RNG. But we'll get there when we get there.
No, it's actually not RNG. We don't actually use those. We use the main explosions. But yeah, that's kind of gist of it. And those encased blobs are actually hard-coded for diffusion. We can pseudo them for the first shot, but it has to be diffusion to break it, sadly.
It's very
Otherwise, we can, like,
specific.
yeah, otherwise we can like have access to more stuff.
A quick stop to Dairon to get grapple beam. This is actually a sequence break that the developers actually intended for you to do. Kind of cool.
Yeah, we utilize coyote jumps, which is basically like taking advantage of Samus thinking she's still in the air just to do a jump like that. This is fairly tricky for a beginner, this one specifically, because if you fall, you lose like 40 seconds every time.
Yeah, you fall, it's like basically instant death, so you might as well just reload the checkpoint. But those jumps are like, the first one's pretty lenient, like it's not too bad, but that second one you have like a second to like try and react to like jumping at the right frame or the right time to like get on that ledge. But that skip is intended but unintended sequence break at the same time.
Yeah, there is a deep boost strat to use that fly at the bottom of the second jump to avoid an item tutorial, but it's really stupid.
Yeah. All right, so here we're getting grapple early. If you're gonna do short boost, you wouldn't get grapple this early, but since I'm not doing short boost, we're gonna grab it right now. And it actually speeds up the Berenia part as well, which is nice. Grapple beam. Grapple is pretty cool in this game. It's not just like swinging around like in Super Metroid. You actually like open blocks or open doors, and you actually like move blocks too. So it's kind of cool. Grab this block.
Yeah, we also use it for like movement tech too. Like you can actually like use it to sling yourself towards like a magnet or something, and just like let go, and then you still keep the momentum.
Yep, just like that. Really cool looking. The movement's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's one thing I really liked about this game is the movement is like so fluid. It feels so good just like running around and bouncing off stuff.
Yeah, as soon as I played this game, like day one when it came out, I was like, okay, I can see this being speedrun like by a lot of people, just because the movement's just fun to do.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Fun fact: that grapple, the shooting out for shine sinking and going through collisions, it keeps you from dying. You don't know why, but shooting out the grapple keeps you from dying.
Yeah, what Rain is referring to is shine sinking. You can just clip through like a floor basically. Kind of, it's part of the unrestricted route. So, like I said, we won't be doing that, but it is really cool looking.
Yeah, at this point, we can actually go like 2 tiles in any direction at this point, which is neat. But those tricks are getting really silly.
Okay, so there was Adam. We were actually able to skip his dialogue there. I don't know if we skipped it before, but we were able to skip it there. Bypass right by him. Really nice. That's why Adam skips so nice. So you can just keep going and just ignore him.
Yeah, it saves a lot of time, but also it makes pacing really good. And I have no idea where you're going now.
Just a different route than most people.
What the? But why?
Just how I learned it, man.
Far. Oh my god, you could just went left. Oh man. This is very old.
Yeah, the very old route. Alright, so now we're gonna open up this reactor and get bombs right after this. And after we have bombs, we go and get flash shift in Verenia. Kind of have to like remind myself where to go next because this game is like so big and you can kind of get lost so easily.
Yeah, going to bomb straight to Verenia to grab flash shift.
Yep. And I won't be doing the bomb jump skip to get flash shift early. It's too hard. I never was able to get it consistent.
I've landed it like 3 times so far. But that's just because I suck at IBJs.
Yep.
There are some nice techniques you can do with those like blocks. Like for some reason, if you slide through it and then morph as it's reforming, you get like a small speed boost. It's very weird, esoteric stuff that we haven't fully utilized yet. Are you gonna get the hole in one? No.
Nope, not. It's tricky. Game has a lot of tricky stuff to it. It's funny that you call it a hole-in-one too. There's like other Metroid games where the like movement that you would refer it to is a hole-in-one as well. Pretty fun.
Fun fact about those, well, we call them Steves. I really don't even know what they're called, but we call them Steves, the Omni, like the 6 spike shooting fly things.
Okay.
You can actually parry those spikes.
Oh, really? And does it cause like that small cutscene thing? Oh, really? Didn't know that.
I don't know why. You can also parry the laser bots. The one that shoots lasers at you, like right before, you can just parry it.
Really?
It's some really weird stuff you can parry in this game.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Is there a reason why they're called Steves? Is that a thing?
We just needed a name.
Story. Gotcha.
Like those wafer flyer things we call Pedro. The Emmys also have names. Like the tutorial Emmy that we skipped is called Elaine.
I love it.
The rest have like different names that other people call. Elaine is the only one that's consistent. Like I think the blue one I also named Steve.
Everyone's just named Steve, I guess.
I call it Golzuna Galonzo. Oh man,
That's funny.
that Pedro's super annoying. There is a deboost for it. It is consistent, but it's also really annoying to get. You're going down. See, that's just the grapple boost tech. It's very nice when everything like just strings together. And then we're gonna get flash shift, which opens up so much speed. This
Yeah.
thing is overpowered.
Yeah, flash shift is, I would say, the most broken move in this whole game.
For reference, so flash shift lets you do 3 flash shifts in a row. If you're fast enough with like some movement specific fundamentals with flash, you can like chain 3 in like a ladder formation, or save it enough to like continue it to like pausing in between and stuff like that. Just using the in like a 1-to-1 race versus speed boost, flash shift wins in like 6 flash shifts distance, which is 90% of the game. So it's our preferred movement tech, unless we need specifically speed booster for stuff.
Yep. There's a pseudo wave you can do here. Not sure the correct term for it, but it has you not go to both of those areas. But I'm not sure how to do it, so I just do the normal way.
It's okay. I don't know how to do either.
Okay.
There is some pause buffering involved. It's not as hard as it seems. It's not as hard as like early Corpius or something like that. It has very specific angles.
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
Yeah, you have to pause buffer it, and then you kind of have to hold your controller in a specific like angle. And since there's no notches on the Switch Pro controller, you kind of have to guess.
I'm surprised you don't do the water bomb jump.
I guess I could do that. I mean, once you're used to something, you like don't change it. It's like one little optimization I can do.
Yeah, we will use water bump jump later. Actually, we're gonna use it twice.
Yeah, we use it
And
twice,
Gabaron and
maybe 3 times.
somewhere else. Yeah, it essentially is we're just unmorphing in the air after getting hit by bomb in the water, and it saves the jump height. So you just use it again to gain more height in the water, and it lets us go to like skip a bunch of sections. Here you can actually go too fast and make the Emmy go right in your face, and this is a route I've never seen. Weird.
Yeah. We're about to take out yellow Emmy.
The yellow Emmy fight after his brain seems very scary on the casual playthrough, because it is very fast. It has speed booster, so it's barreling towards you.
Yeah, he's
for
the fastest
speedrunners-
Emmy.
Yeah, for speedrunners, we just come out this room and just aim slightly up, and then it dies.
Yep. So you just hop up here, aim up here, and he starts taking your lasers immediately.
You can actually kill them like in that tunnel.
Yeah, you can go like super like spot on with that. That was still pretty good though, but you can
That
like
was so fast.
yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah,
Like any casual can like, you know, look up there and just aim. Like all I'm doing is just aiming and then just weighing it out. You have plenty of time to like react.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that well for casual. It's not that bad if you fail either, because you just go underneath and then it
Yeah.
just kind of lines up for you again.
Yep.
After that, it gets really messy because
Yeah.
you start like running away and stuff.
I
But
wouldn't even know what to do if I like messed that part up. I don't even know where to go. All right, so now we have speed booster. Speed booster is really cool in Dread because you can like carry your like speed booster everywhere.
yeah, this is the best iteration of speed booster ever. It's omnidirectional. You can go in any of the 8 directions. You could ball spark. We use it to shine sync everywhere. It's pretty busted in terms of stuff we could do like this. You can actually you could carry it all the way if you wanted to. Shine spark itself does have damage capabilities, specifically, well, not specifically, but it's in layman's, it does 0 damage to bosses, well, specific bosses, and parry attacks.
Yep.
Like you just monk off them, and everything else either instant dies or takes 50% of their health. So you'll see us like 2-shot robots, which hopefully happens right here.
Yeah, I won't be able to do this on the Chozo robots. There's 2 speed boosters you can do into him. Take him out real quick. Yeah, speed booster is really cool because like you can carry speed booster off of wall jumps, and then you can like slide with it too, and then store it. And then if there's like a little lip, you can run into that lip and still carry speed booster, similar to like Zero Mission. If anyone's played Zero Mission, it's kind of the similar concept. So it's really cool.
Yeah, we also it's very integral for glitchless for getting ice early, since we can't use water bomb jump. There's also speed tech here. It's pretty tricky where we can like spark this slope right here, but getting to it is pretty annoying. It also for some reason makes this flash door like extremely sensitive. Like you just be in the vicinity and it just closes on you while you have speed. So you saw Beeve using melee there. If you can either slow spark or you can buffer an action before it, and it'll basically instant spark. Storing and then pressing up B also just instant sparks in that direction, which is neat. But that's the only like on command thing that we can do without using like a macro. Here's just a speed puzzle that we're just trying to get past. You guys are also gonna see Beeves parry things, but not go into the animation. Partly, or just avoid the melees entirely. Partly because one, that cinematic is very ammo inefficient because you do 40% less damage. And you shoot faster, so you basically like you also get refilled for missiles, so you're basically using double the missiles to do the same damage. So we try not to parry ever, except on Ravenbeak.
Yeah, there's some instances where I do want to parry and like that little cutscene plays out, but that's because your like DPS actually increases, like it goes faster.
Yeah, there's very specific uses for it, but generally we ignoring parries almost entirely. Just utilizing a flash shift. Man, I forgot how cool it looks. There is a tech I don't see people doing, and I don't think they're gonna be doing anytime soon, is speed dropping. Like if you grab a ledge and then cancel it with a morphball, you just drop like a terminal velocity immediately, and it's very neat, but very finicky to implement.
Mm-hmm. All right,
like
so
you just zoom down.
Yeah, we're doing a bit of backtracking here. We had to go through Dairon to get to Berenia, and here in Berenia we're gonna get the we're gonna skip Drogia, which is like that underwater tentacle boss. We're gonna skip him, not fight him.
Yeah, we're what we did and we skipped was we killed Quad Rope. Well, no, we killed the Robo that killed Quad Rope, which was the Thoha, the last Thoha.
Yep.
On the planet, anyways. And he activated a switch that brought up a generator in Berenia that we're about to like go past that gives us access to Gabaron. That's kind of the only reason we go there. Oh no, just go below. Yeah, where you at?
Speed booster there. You can carry speed booster through there, but it's pretty precise. I just take the dash part and continue on. This part's really cool if I can pull it off here. Oh, I already messed it up. It's a very tight window. Yeah, I messed it up. Because you can speed boost through this entire puzzle here, or this part, and it looks really cool. It's like one of my favorite parts of the run if I pull it off, but I didn't. But that's okay. All right, so here I'm gonna do a pseudo wave. Rain might be shocked that I'm doing like the very OG way of doing this because this is the only way I know how to do it.
God.
I'm pretty consistent at it.
Using classic strats.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually like this strat more because it's just cooler. And technically, if you do it on the first try, it is like frames faster. No one's really timed it, but I'm pretty sure it's frames faster just on the sheer aspect of backtracking. It is significantly harder than doing the cha-cha slide or the turnaround slide or whatever you want to call it, where you just you go up there and then you turn around right next to the thing and you shoot it.
Yep. That's the only way I know how to do that strat since I think almost like the first week of this game coming out when pseudo wave was discovered and people found to skip that boss. That's just how I learned it, and that's just what I do.
Yeah.
Only OGs remember.
For unrestricted, we used to do it without diffusion or wide beam. So imagine that.
I can't imagine. That sounds like hell.
It was horrible. It did get free once we used the right stick method, where we just remap the right stick to act as the left, and you just hold the angle. But then immediately after that, that is a different way to do early Corpius pseudo. It's the way I do it. It makes it very consistent. Luckily, right after that, we figured out we didn't need to do that anymore, so we stopped doing it. So here for beginner runners would probably be like Death Central, because as good as it is to get this spark into the Robo's face, this thing still hurts a lot. Like we skip drug, we skip some E-tanks. Like this thing can like 3-shot us and such like that.
Yeah, it's pretty deadly. You can do a skip here, where you can just grapple up here. All you have to do is just hold up and fire a grapple. Skips puzzle-ish.
What's crazy is the majority of these sections you can actually use speed booster and just like carry it like all the way here if you wanted to. Well, not all the way here, but the majority of those spots, it's just significantly slower than just splash shifting, and also significantly harder.
Yeah, it's really cool looking though if you're able to like speed boost through this entire section.
Yeah, a lot of speed boosters, like they are usually either even or slower, and the ones that end up being faster are like at most 1, maybe 2 seconds faster. But some very specific ones are like more than that, but we're talking about like 10 times the difficulty just to save like less than a second.
Yep, but it is very flashy looking. All right, so here we got super missiles, so we can open green doors now. I don't even know if like how many green doors we open, but I feel like those are like the only ones, except up here in Aloon. But you don't really open green doors that often.
Yeah, we open 3, and then we get ice missiles, and that doesn't become an issue anymore.
Yeah, we just things that are blocked off by ice missiles, we just go through those and then don't open any other green doors.
Yeah, for casuals, you actually use it for like a significant amount of time, because you go to like Ferenia, I think you go to Frozen Ontario also with supers. We come back from Aloon and we just go get ice missiles. That's kind of it. And then we skipped Frozen Ataria, we skipped going to Ferenia to fight SQ first. Well, technically we reroute the fight SQ. And we used supers for all of like 2 minutes to open 3 doors.
Yeah, there's a lot of skipping happening here that we're gonna be doing.
Fun fact about supers though, for Ravenbeak, doing gold skip that hopefully you'll get later is free for some reason because there's no damage cap for supers if you can manage to get it there without grabbing ice. Not used in runs now, I think.
Now, when you say gold skip, are you talking about the Chozo guy?
No, Ravenbeak.
Oh.
Do you not do gold skip? Oh, don't tell me you don't do this gold skip.
No,
Also, I've never seen anyone do that kind of deboost. No.
yeah, that was totally an accident and totally not what I wanted to do, but that deboost was actually kind of sick.
Yeah, actually, I need to highlight that.
He totally did it on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
That was crazy. Because, okay, so if you slide at an enemy, you can immediately flash shift like right after, because it's like animation canceling and stuff like that. I've never seen an animation cancel using Morph Ball. That was crazy.
Right, here's a Chozo warrior, or whatever these things are called, but basically you just gotta spam beam here.
God, I can hear the vibrato in your voice from the mashing. Okay, so there's technically no cap to how fast you could shoot, which sadly makes mashing beams the fastest form of damage, outside of hyper missiles, but that's like very esoteric. Yeah, and that's why we use like turbo controllers, because we don't want to destroy our hands to get the highest DPS.
So yeah, that enemy right there, by the way, sorry, I want to interrupt. In the earliest patches of this game, if you were to speed boost through that enemy, your game sometimes would just randomly crash and your run's over. So I just instinctively always jump over that guy because I just have PTSD of losing runs to that crash.
Yeah, luckily it doesn't happen anymore. Actually, a lot of the end game, if you keep in the earliest patches, if you power bombed in a lot of the areas, you just crash. Actually, yeah. if you fought Corpius and you reloaded checkpoint, there was a chance for you to crash there.
Yeah, that was also part of like the unrestricted route as well, is to do Corpius early and then reload the file, and then it was part of like setup called camera lock, which I actually learned, but I haven't done it since though.
Yeah, there was a lot of sad times back then.
Yeah.
Well, luckily it's fixed. God, you just carry speed all the way through here.
Yeah, you can speed boost through this entire section, but it's really hard. So I just kind of just flash shift the whole thing.
Yeah, that speed boost, like the full speed boost, was enabled through Adam Skip. That's partly why we want to do Adam Skip, not just because of the time. Oh, hey, look, you got pulled back.
Yeah, that was I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I'll get that in a sec. But yeah, the Adam Skip, like, it just improves the pacing of the run overall. So even if you lose time, it's just better because you don't want to be stopping all the time. But yeah, that Emmy door, you didn't open the charge beam door. No. The Emmy doors that fix invincibility, because we used to use the Emmy doors to get invincibility. The way to fix it was basically they just put this giant suction on the Emmy doors. So there's a chance for you to like flash shift, and since there's an edge, you stop. It just pulls you back in. That's actually ruined my GEIs to get early ice before. In glitchless. It was crazy.
Alright, so since I didn't open the charge door, I just gotta wait for the enemy to come here. Usually you want to come from the other side, but I messed up, so we're gonna take him from the side. Which isn't too bad, but...
This is the intended way?
Yes, intended way.
I'm pretty sure this is the casual way.
Is it?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure this was the casual way. But yeah, to get the quick hill, we open that charge beam door and we get through that bottom section as quick as possible. You use speed booster or flash shift. Flash shift is pretty precise. It's not that hard, but it's pretty precise on where you want to start the flash shift out the door. And it basically makes the enemy decide to go up there. So the moment you get to that ledge, you can start shooting it, just like the yellow Emmy. So here we're about to go get space jump, right?
Yep. This is a pretty precise trick coming up. I would say this is also one of the hardest parts of the run.
This is space pseudo, right? Where you do?
Yeah, I'm doing space pseudo.
Okay, yeah, okay. So to explain the space pseudo, it's essentially like 3 frames perfect. It is very dependent on the claw enemy at the very bottom of the screen that you will see. This trick was found by Samurai Man. I'm sure a lot of you know who Samurai Man is.
Did he really find that trick?
Yeah, we found out how to shoot through the ground. And then Samurai Man was like, yeah, let's try this. He found it, and then I found the method for it, which is the method you'll be using. And everyone was using, actually.
Yeah.
It's not RNG. It looks like it because of diffusion, but we actually use the main plasma shots and ricochet it off the claw to hit the blob.
Yeah, it feels like RNG. Be real.
It's crazy.
Okay, first try. That's good.
Oh, nice. But yeah, the claw enemy you see down there, we utilize, for some reason, its hitbox extends just a little bit farther to the left on very specific animation frames, which Beeve's got, and it just so happens this blob only needs 1 shot, and we managed to get that shot just close enough to clip it, and then we get space jump early, which lets us bypass Frozen Ataria entirely and saves like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's a big time save to get space jump this early. But getting it first try there was actually really nice. It usually takes me like 4 or 5 tries to get it, but getting it there was pretty nice. So I'm glad I got that. So now we have to make a huge detour to Artaria to get Screw Attack. And then once we get Screw Attack, we make our way over to Berenia to get Gravity. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So diffusion, Screw Attack. Wait, I think no, not diffusion. We actually completed the game without diffusion. But Screw Attack is one of the required items to complete the game outside unrestricted, but that's just because we're going through walls now.
Yeah, exactly. If you get to like, there's a part where you can get to the end point of the game, and the game will basically just be like, if you don't have these items, you cannot pass. And so we need those items essentially, and Screw Attack's one of them, and then another one is Wave Beam as well. Take an elevator here to get to Artaria. It's all frozen over now. We're actually basically skipping another boss here, which is Experiment Z, whatever his name is. I never remember his name, but he's really cool.
Yeah, Z57.
Yeah.
I think he's the only boss that wants like basically blatantly says that you can spark his face.
Yeah, because he makes like vents appear on the side of the wall and you have to run into them, but you can store a shine spark, and then like as soon as his head is visible, you can shine spark into it and do like an insane amount of damage. And it's really hard, but like the developers definitely intended for you to do that, even though it's really hard to do it. But it's so sick. I wish it was in the run, really, but it's not, unfortunately.
The interesting about that, the boss room specifically, is that they actually actually in enemy rooms too, I believe. They actually slow down your speed booster by like 25% or something like that. So it just takes you a longer distance to get it, which makes a lot of different places impossible to get spark. Like the Z57 room, but luckily he puts vents for us. Here we are in Tar. Yeah, we're in Ataria. This is the path getting charge beam, which.
I should have enough health here.
Okay. I was blanking on the routing.
Yeah, so the cold room there, you will be hit by the cold, but we're only there for a little bit, so we do have to be a little quick, but luckily it's not too bad. Here we're gonna store another jump here with this bomb jump, and we're gonna do some momentum here to basically jump out of the water, and then space jump as soon as Samus is able to without being in the water, and then we can skip this entire part of Artaria.
Okay, here there's a mechanic in the game that it's we don't know the name, but it's basically ledge boosting. Like you rub against the edge, and for some reason Samus either stalls or gets like a little bit boost in height.
Yeah.
The way space jump works in water is you can only jump as high as where you started. So we're just shifting the starting point just a little bit higher so we get more health. More height. Doing the spark method. I actually like this method more than the water bomb jump.
Yeah, I think it looks cooler. That part is just finicky for me, so I just do the shine spark method. Okay.
You can actually do this with one rub. I've done it once, ever. It is truly RNG on whether or not you get it once.
Yeah.
2 times is actually incredibly consistent once you get good at it, but 1 time it's like practically RNG for some reason.
That was an unintended damage boost I just did. It's kind of interesting.
Can we use that? No, we just go through. No, wait, no. Can we use that? Is that worth using?
So we're making our way to Cataris here. Basically a backtrack, and then we got to make our way back to Berenia. There's an elevator that takes you from Cataris all the way across the world to Berenia for us to get gravity. We skipped a boss there as well. Well, a mini boss, but it's one of those Chozo warrior guys. The one where I fought in a loon to get plasma. We essentially just skipped him, so that saves quite a bit of time too. Probably like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, conveniently, there's an orange teleporter right up. It's basically hidden, but it's right above where we exit here. The red teleporter. It takes us to Gavron, which is conveniently right above where the green teleporter is. And coincidentally, is where you can actually sequence break to fight Galonzo early if you really wanted to, but it's slower for us to do that.
Yep. Oh yeah, right. This takes you to Kavoron, and then you get to Berenia afterwards. That's right.
So what's interesting is after gravity, right? Once you get gravity, as a beginner runner, you're gonna notice that like you're gonna die a lot.
Yeah.
Like going forward from here, specifically because in a casual setting, you're supposed to go to Frozen Artaria.
Yep.
And fight like the red Chozo for the first time, and then Z57. And basically, the section where you take a little bit less damage than the end game, you completely bypass. So you're going directly from like early game, mid game-ish damage directly to late game. So you're gonna like start getting 2-3 shot by bosses, and it's pretty jarring for beginner runners.
Yeah, the cross bombs boss, he's not fun. He's not a fun enemy to fight against.
Once it goes perfect, it's pretty satisfying, but it's a wish, that's for sure.
Yep. Oh, I didn't get the shine spark all the way across, but it's okay. The time save I could have done.
that tunnel with the missile, you can just actually keep that spark and go up there to go fight them. That's an intended sequence break.
Oh, okay.
So to get cross bombs like pretty early. We don't need it, and cross bombs suck.
Yeah.
They're coded so poorly.
Worst item in Metroid history, I would say, is the cross bombs.
It is objectively better than bomb in every single way when it works.
Yeah, when it works, exactly. I think
oftentimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, I think the final boss is susceptible to cross bombs, actually.
The first phase, yes, it does like 3 bombs in a cross formation. Each bomb can hit Ravenbeak individually, so you can do like 12. You can do 4,800 damage to him, which basically instantly like phases. You don't want that, but it can do that, and it's only phase 1. Not entirely sure why.
Interesting.
Because the other phases don't do that.
Yep.
This is also intended. It made it look easy, but you're gonna struggle here a lot as a beginner runner. Like there's a lot of rage in that puzzle.
I remember when I was trying to 100% the game casually for the first time, I got stuck on that part for like a half hour. I'm like, how are you supposed to do this? But the game teaches you kind of how to hold your shine spark, and the game does a good job of doing that, but it comes at a cost. That trying to get good, trying to like overcome some crazy strats that the developers intended for you to do.
Yeah, once you get proficient at it, you're like, oh, I can't fail this. This is super easy. You're gonna fail it.
Yeah, even as speedrunners, you'll fail it. It's hard. It's like hard, but like you get used to it.
It's not hard. It's bad.
I just want to quickly hop in here, guys. We did get an anonymous donation for $25 saying, "Bring on the battleship." I'm looking forward to that.
Oh. Okay.
And that puts us at $70 out of 97 for the bonus round. So keep your donations coming, folks. We can easily reach that before time starts.
All right, so here's a double robo. This is also a pretty notable death spot. There is a way to manipulate them to stay on this first platform. I don't usually do it. I let them just bonk me over to like that, like these. And it is screw attack is like kind of the strongest single target we have. But if you can get them,
Oh no!
Oh my god, it is dangerous. Oh no!
That's
it is dangerous because you do still take damage while you screw attack. But if you can, you want to mash while they're together. Once you figure out their AI, basically they don't like staying on the same platform as each other, so it's very finicky. But yeah, it's a very dangerous fight. Especially if you take the parry.
This bro going. What you doing, man? Here, come over here. There you go.
These are also both gold robos. They both have 9,000 HP, and they are the hardest of the robos. There's only 2 of them. There's the gray robo and the gold. But yeah, it's the hardest one.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Unfortunate death. The good thing about Metroid Dread is that if you do die, there's checkpoints in this game. So if you like, unlike old Metroid games where you have to do a save before something crazy happens, the Metroid Dread is pretty lenient. Where if you die on something, it puts you like a room before like the fight or like some other area that you died. So it's pretty forgiving, I would say, as like a new Metroid game. I think they did a good job of doing that.
Yeah, in this game, like you always basically just finish the run. In games like SM, unless you save, you're back to the beginning, and you're just like, guys, might as well reset.
Yep, exactly. All right, so we got the Cross Bombs boss here. He's I'm not a big fan of him. One of my least favorites. He's just a big This is a big version of like an existing enemy.
He was fun to optimize, but fighting him is like, I don't think anybody really likes him. We're basically going to be utilizing this room, which just has just enough room to keep speed booster, and we're basically going to use 4 shine sparks.
Okay. That's
we wanted to use 4 shine sparks.
I messed up the shine spark. I think I went too early on.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hard fight now.
So these electric attacks, Kozuna can 2-shot you with them, and just touching them does as much damage.
Yep.
So this is a very dangerous fight, and a lot of people die here.
Yep.
That's why we use sparks.
Yep, I just died there. So you want to shine spark him, it takes out half his health, and it makes the fight not as bad, but it was, I think I did the shine spark like too late or something, or too early.
No, you're about to lose it. It was either go for it or lose a spark.
I think I just did it again. Okay, I got him that time. That was risky. But I did it. I keep doing it too late for some reason, but that time I got it, so.
Hey, it worked out. It worked out.
Yeah, it did. So it's good. So hopefully I can.
So the rest, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
There are backups to this. Like once you slide under, you do have just enough room to get spark again, but it is risky because if you do it too slow, you will get bonked by his butt face. Which, by the way, these crabs, the face is on the butt. Like those little legs, that's his face. You're fighting the butt, basically.
Yep. Exactly.
And this is the evolved form of those pinkies that you saw earlier, which is hilarious.
All right, so
one lore point. There's no living creatures anymore. They're all X.
yeah, that's part of the lore. So since we opened a loon, like every enemy is infected with the X parasite, sort of like similar to Metroid Fusion. So that's why everything's mutating and evolving around us. Right, so that's a pretty hard section of the run, like in terms of like actual, like no tricks, but just like kind of staying alive. I would probably say that's the hardest part of the run. In terms of those. So now we're coming.
Smooth sailing from here.
Basically, yeah. So we're going to Ferenia and taking out the purple enemy that has Wave Beam. And once we get Wave Beam, we can head right to the final boss. So we're getting near the end.
We're also going to kill SQ, which casually is probably one of the hardest bosses in this game.
Yeah.
It is horrible not having Screw Attack. Because Screw Attack lets you ignore its electric attacks, which it does a lot. There's also a quick kill for it. I'm not sure if you know it. But yeah, for a speedrunner, that fight lasts all of like 15 seconds. You do it right.
Yep. There, right there, I actually did a pseudo wave, but with grapple beam. So you can shoot through the wall there and just hook onto the part where you rip the block out for grapple beam. So that saves us having going all the way around. I don't even know how much time that saves. Probably saves a lot.
You do have to navigate a stupid maze right above it. It saves a lot compared to how short you do that.
Yeah, like it's a very easy trick. All you have to do is slide into it, turn around, and then just shoot. And that's basically it.
That's actually the same motion you want to do for drog skip. If you ever want to learn it, it's like the same motion. But that was just incredibly lenient. That's like the easiest pseudo waves. Like a casual can do it. All you do is slide into it, turn around.
Yeah, it's super simple. Very easy.
Like no angles, no nothing. Just turn around and just shoot grapple.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna make our way down and around here to fight the flying bug dude. I don't even know his name. I think you said it earlier.
SQ, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
There are also speed texts to it and before. To it and after. They're really cool. Like the one in this room. And some very hard ones outside of SQ.
So when you come here for the first time, the game actually doesn't know that you have gravity. So you have to go through this entire part without gravity suit, and it's pain. But since we have gravity, we can just like go through it super fast.
Yeah, this section is actually supposed to be right after a loon, I believe.
Yeah, which is what we did like, what, 20 minutes ago?
Yeah, so instead of coming here right after a loon, we come here at the late game with screw attack so we can just delete this thing.
Whoops. Oh, that's unfortunate. I messed up the shine spark. I forgot the melee, so I did it too late, but I could just screw attack into him.
Yeah, that's why we love screw attack.
Yeah, screw attack is so good in this game. You can just screw attack into anything and it'll just take a copious amount of damage.
I don't remember how much damage it does. I think it does like 4,800, 1,200. It does a lot.
Yeah.
A missile does like 400 for reference.
Now we have storm missiles, we can unlock like different areas of Perennia that we weren't normally supposed to get to. That's why we have to come here and get it. Otherwise we could have skipped it, but there's no skips for those in this category.
Yeah, sadly it's required. We attempted to like bombard the storm locks with missiles too, but it's just like every other thing is hard coded.
Yeah, the game like knows that you need it.
You do bypass it in unrestricted though.
Yep. So at this point we're pretty decked out right now. We have a few other things left to do. The last thing we're getting is almost wave beam and then power bombs right after that.
Here, use this to spark the robo.
Yep. And since I was able to store a shine spark, you can just take out half his health just like that. So he's pretty quick to take care of.
Yeah. You do want to spark the gold robo instead though, because it has more health. So half of more health is more damage.
Yep. But he's in the back though, so he's a little harder to take care of.
Everything still hurts though, so I don't think you'll die. But there's a chance. Like these bosses are gonna, these bosses are gonna do like they're gonna like two-shot you with three bars. Fun fact: for a time, we were theorizing trying to get through this room in unrestricted without gravity suit. It is possible, but it requires 8 E-tanks.
No way, really?
Yeah, it is possible.
Sorry, did you say 8 E-tanks?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god. Okay. I can't see that being worth it.
It is completely not worth it. The amount of E-tanks you could get in this run is 6 with all the E parts. So you have to go out of your way to go grab the E-tank.
Yeah, since screw attack is busted, we can just screw attack into the brain. He just dies instantly.
Funny thing is, there are amiibos for this game also. Samus gives you like a missile refill. I think the Emmy gives you like an E-tank. I think there's like one more. I don't even remember what it was. But yeah, so jokingly, Hundo's not actually Hundo because we're missing the amiibo tank. But you can only use it once a day. I don't know why that's the case, but you know, if you want to do true Hundo, you need an amiibo.
Funny. Alright, so here you can do a cycle skip here, or whatever you want to call it, by pouring the purple Emmy through there and just getting early damage, so it has you not go through like a whole puzzle and song and dance with the purple Emmy. As long as your shots are nice and clear and precise, you can take him out in that like first section. So pretty trivial in the speed run.
Yeah, you can actually kill it at that morph tunnel. It is significantly harder.
Yeah, that's very hard. But I go to the part.
Scary.
Yeah, I go to the part after, and it's way more lenient.
Yeah. What's funny though is this looks very scary, and it seems faster, but this method is only two seconds faster than the vanilla, the casual way, which is going up to these yellow gates right here and just having the enemies walk at you. So we did all that work for 2 seconds.
It's actually fun. So since we have wave beam, we can just shoot through walls. So no need for pseudo waves or anything anymore. You can kind of just shoot through the wall now, but we're at the end of the game now, so we're not going to do any more pseudo waves. So we're going straight to the final boss. So we got 2 Chozo dudes left to take care of, the warrior guys, and then we have to fight Ravenbeak, and then we do the escape sequence. So we're getting there.
Yeah, we're in boss rush mode.
Yep.
Or boss gauntlet.
Yeah, speaking of boss rush mode, there's actually a boss rush speedrun that you can do, which is kind of cool because a lot of the bosses get overshadowed, overlooked in the speedruns because we always skip them, but there is a category where it's called all bosses. You can just fight them, take care of them. So it's...
Yeah, you can also speedrun the boss rush mode, which those bosses are harder because you have different set of...
Because you're supposed to have the intended items for that part.
Yeah, so you gotta fight SQ as a casual. And it's not very fun.
It's super hard. I remember I was trying to fight the guy on hard mode, and I lost a lot.
Yeah, luckily they give you ample missiles, but that's kind of it. Also, this room, that Emmy in the back is technically still alive for some reason. So with the Chozo and the Emmy, this room is extremely laggy. Like to the point where 20 hertz mashing is actually slower than 12. That's how much lag is in this room, if that makes sense.
Did not know that. But since the Chozo dude took care of the Emmy for us, so we can just kind of take scraps and absorb it without fighting it. So thank you, Chozo warrior dude.
Is that his real name?
No.
It can be.
If you want it to be.
It is now.
It could be Steve for all you want.
True. Another Steve.
For a time, we had literally everything named Pedro. Like the YB blocks, the Pedro, the Steve.
The actual blocks were named Pedro.
Yeah, we're just like, let's just name everything Pedro.
Funny. Alright, so now we have power bombs. It's really sick looking in this game, but we only use it for a short amount of time. I wish we got it earlier. So it would be really cool to have.
These power bomb blocks are cool looking, but they're very stupid. It's okay if you power bomb right there in the old patches, you would just crash.
Yep.
But yeah, power bomb, as all-encompassing as it looks, it can actually be line of sight, which is funny. Because if it's like a grapple, it doesn't go through grapple. I don't know why. Like a power bomb block, I tested this in like a different section. If there's a grapple, and you're like in between where you want to explode, and there's a grapple pad in the way, it doesn't hit it for seemingly no reason. So here's the gold Chozo, same strat as the red Chozo. This time it's just beefier. Also has a new attack that we probably will never see. Maybe kind of slow. Oh, there it is. So with the shield, this is actually an instance where storm missiles is actually more consistent and a little bit better than just smashing and using missiles. Because storm missiles use like more ammo than just using missiles and does less DPS, but it does a lot of burst damage. And since we can't really attack it with a shield, this is actually an instance where storm missiles is useful. Also, one-shots cores, but there's no cores left by the time we get it, so I'm not sure how it would even be used at this point.
Yeah. So you might have noticed that last warrior and this warrior, Samus kind of like, it's shown off screen, but it looks like Samus just absorbs the warriors, and essentially the game's kind of alluding to the fact that Samus is turning into a Metroid. It's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, we skipped a cutscene where she kind of like shocked at it.
Yeah.
Like she's like, I think she got like a little bit of claw action going on.
Yeah.
And like energy and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so because essentially her DNA is just turning into Metroid DNA.
Yeah, she's basically a cocktail of DNA right now. She's got X, she's got human, she's got Chozo, specifically Mawkin Chozo. She's got Metroid. She's starting to get everything basically. I'm sure there's some bug in there. I don't know. Oh, you just force out the gold. So okay, so man, you ran this when it was like old route, huh?
Oh yeah, I don't know how to fight Ravenbeak.
Oh my god. Okay, so this section you can use some missile strats like 9+10. You do 9 missiles and Imperium, and then 1 missile and Imperium. That's very consistent. You can also do a certain amount of damage up to like purple shield, and then force him to do that widescreen blast. And during this cutscene right here, you phase him by doing enough mashing by mashing. Enough damage by mashing. I don't know why I said mashing twice. But yeah, this is a particularly hard fight. I think it's still phase 1. This is just how much damage you need.
Okay, here's phase 2.
Yeah, he's got beam resist. For reference, the ice missile's still doing 400 here, by the way. I'm not sure why it's doing 400, but each pellet of Samus's Y beam is doing 16 right here. So each Y beam shot is doing 48. I don't know why it's got so much beam resistance, but you know, we're here. You should just be using missiles at this point, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
This is partly why we allow turbo missiles, because mashing for the entire run is not conducive to your hands in any way.
Yeah, that sounds painful.
Yeah.
Especially unrestricted. In unrestricted, we have we don't pick up any missile packs. We have 15 regular missiles from the beginning of the game in Power Suit. So the only way you're going to do DPS here is with mashing.
Almost done.
I
think there's a few more shots left here. Okay, then we just have 2 parries. Cutscene.
And it's over.
Yep.
This fight is actually one of the only fights where we actually want the melee cutscene, because if we do it early enough, we can actually wipe out like half its health.
Yeah. And you can actually like spam missiles faster in that cutscene. So, reason why we do it. Alright, so Samus gets a new suit here. So I think it's deemed the Metroid suit. Kind of cool looking.
I don't know if it's considered a suit or it's just her.
True. I think if you pause, it says that it's a Metroid suit. So, and then that's what's his face? Ravenbeak turns into this like giant crate-looking dude, and we kind of just take him out with the Typer beam that we have, and then basically it's sort of anticlimactic, but at the same time, it's pretty cool. I thought there'd be more to the fight when I first played it, but still pretty cool. All right, and now we have the famous escape sequence.
I wish we could do new game plus with this. Like, you're actually invincible. Like, nothing can touch you. Like, anything touches you, they just instantly die.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Like, the beam, besides for obstacles, is completely pointless because nothing hurts you.
Yeah, and we can't use our flash shift either. The game doesn't let you have it for some reason, so we kind of just have to run. But we have like everything else for some reason.
Yeah, we have bombs, I think.
We do,
power
yeah.
bombs.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense because that's not internal. So I don't know why Aeon for the flash shift, which is not internal, doesn't work. But like, we have speed booster too. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Right, exactly.
There's also some very cool speed booster tech in Escape. They're all very difficult, especially hyperkeep for the beginning of the game. Oh my god,
Yep.
ridiculous.
Right. So get ready with that timer. Timer starts as soon as the last cutscene plays out. And time.
Boom. Well done, dude.
Thank you. Small flubs
Good
here and there,
job.
but honestly, that was like a pretty decent run. I got like all the hard tricks like first try, so I'm pretty happy about that.
All right, all right. Dude, Samus looks so cool like that. Honestly, like, it's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
really
best
cool.
looking suit. Yeah, it
And
is.
there's a lot of like beginner routes you can take, so you don't have to do like the route I did. You don't have to learn like the hardest tricks ever. You don't have to do Atom Skip. You don't have to do like the Phantom Cloak early. You can just kind of, there's a glitchless category, like you can run glitchless if you want. And the community opted to have a turbo controller capped at how many hertz?
12
12
now.
hertz. Yeah, so you don't have to, like, if you have like a disability and it's like, oh, I can't mash fast enough, you can use a turbo controller and it's totally legal.
And in Samus fashion,
Yep, just blows everything up in her
Planet
path.
he's basically Doomsday. Prove me wrong.
Yep, essentially, yeah, that's it.
Nice.
But yeah, thanks for having me, SDAT. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to learn more about Metroid Dread and want to get into it, we have a thriving Discord community, a lot of resources on YouTube, a lot of tutorials. Some of it might be a little bit outdated because when the game had a lot of attention when it first came out and a lot of tech was discovered, but you can still learn like the new tech stuff. But I know Rain here has a few tutorials on YouTube as well, and I believe you have like a whole tutorial on like the entire route for no major glitches, I think. Well,
Yeah, I have a bunch of tutorials for basically everything you need. Some of it's outdated. There's also a written guide that I made.
Yep.
And Speedrun Academy. We are also making a wiki that they're working hard to update and stuff like that. Most of the stuff that's the tutorials recently are fairly up to date, not including short boosts. So I know Devilor has a pretty good guide that people link around. So there's a lot of resources now. It's not all in one place yet, but if you look around, you'll be able to start fairly easy. And the Discord is more than happy to help.
yeah.
Ease you through stuff like Atom Skip, because it's going to be very frustrating because it's very stupid.
Yep. I was banging my head against the wall earlier trying to do it, and then I pull it out first try. So it's just such a random trick. But
Yeah, and for a speed game, if you're looking for a game to just start speedrunning, because that's the hardest part, just finding a game to just get into speedrunning, this is perfect. It's cool.
Yeah.
The tricks aren't crazy difficult, even though like a lot of it sounds like frame perfect, the buffer system in this game is fairly robust, so there's a lot of ways to like modify it. So this is the perfect beginner speed game.
yeah, I agree with that. The movement's just fun in general. It's a fun movement kind of heavy category or game in general. So but yeah, if you want to check out my Metroid Dread runs from, I think my PB was like a year ago, you can follow me over on twitch.tv/itsbeeve if you want more Metroid content. I also speedrun Metroid Prime. I did Metroid Prime last year on SDAT, so if you were around for that run, I really appreciate you watching me here. Thank you.
All right. Well,
And
thanks so much, guys. You guys did incredible.
Thank you.
This is an awesome run. This is actually the first time I've seen the completion of Metroid Dread because I never actually finished the game myself. So that was
Oh,
actually
really?
pretty entertaining. Yeah.
Well, I'm
yeah,
sorry to
I'd only
spoil it.
gotten like no. You know what? It's totally fine because I no longer have my copy, so it was perfect. It was my
there you
way of
go.
You
actually
get the
going through the
digital
game.
copy, which is faster than physical by like 10 minutes. But
There you have it.
Yeah, if you want to play it, you got to do digital because it saves so much time.
That's fair. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Up next, we have Dayman hosting his game show, his usual SDAT game show. It'll be me versus CJ in a game of Battleship. So sit tight, and we'll be heading over there soon.
Let's go. All right, stay tuned. Thank you.
all right, thank you.
What's at the bottom of your ocean? What's at the bottom of your ocean? What's at the bottom of your ocean? Live in the water. Jump out of your tree. Bottom of your ocean. It's past the surface. Don't end up like that bitch. At the bottom of your ocean. The water is safe.